Alright. Hello, everyone. Uh, we'll be spectating Insane Banana Posse, or casting Insane Banana Posse, and Coinflip tonight. I'm gonna have to actually fix the sides. Give me a sec. Alright. Now that the names are fixed, change that. Hello there, Daniel. Alright. First ban phase. Yumi, Rek'Sai, Gwen from Coinflip's side, with Insane Banana Posse taking out Hui, Talia, and Vincent. First pick going to Leona for Coinflip's side. Going by their support's history of strong roaming, she does a pretty well job at it, especially post 6, and those in the shadows alts. But even without that, very strong Moby, boots, abuser. Same Banana Posse, counteracting with Mbessa and Seraphine. Krieger feeling honored for the 3 bans put up against him from IPP. A lot of fear that they're sensing upon their opponents. This Coinflip goes into their next round of picks. Locking in the Lux. Lux versus Seraphine. Whoever lands their E wins. Well, I guess Seraphine could be in any of the bottom half of the map, but oh well. And Ahri locked in for Coinflip. Considering, you know, that mid laner has a pretty darn big ocean of champions available to him, and Ahri being a very powerful pick, no matter the circumstances, usually. Kinda surprising that she was left open, as opposed to, or with Talia being taken out. Not quite sure what the history there for them wanting to remove her, but there must be a good one. Alright, Galio being the last lock in there. Probably going for some of the map presence, considering I feel like he would mostly just have wave clear against the Ahri. Otherwise, using his abilities and her presence can be a bit dangerous without the upper hand. Or, you know, flash proto belt, that kind of stuff. Really good for setups if you do get the angle, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, Coinflip coming in the second set of bans with the Mordekaiser in response to the Amumu. No more mid laners that they need to ban, as they're deciding on their final option. Considering Coinflip's jungler is most likely still up for picks. They decide to take that out. So with Graves gone, that does kind of leave a window for, you know, Xin Zhao. Jarvan kind of plays. If that's their aim. Generally opens up a lot of safety with 80 jungle picks. Coinflip deciding to take out Sivir. Sivir being a particularly strong front to back. Maybe they're sending an invitation to a Smolder pick, considering they both kind of fit the same thing. Alright, and the first set of final picks, not bans, goes to Jinx for IVP. Who's Coinflip's AD carry going to be in this situation? You take out Yuumi. You take out Sivir. Is it going to be a Caitlyn route? Or something more aggressive? There's the Xin Zhao pick. Using the opponent's ban against him. Does mean Jarvan still is open, however. And Gwen is banned as well. Gwen is banned as well, actually. That's probably why the decision to ban the Graves came in. Considering Gwen is a pretty good pick into him. You know, unless he gets ahead, fed, and renders are dead. Oh! Who is the bot laner? Is it Lux or Ahri bot? Coinflip making things interesting again. Never fails to disappoint. Actually, all this time I didn't even consider that they didn't pick their top laner yet. Freaking Leona and Lux already locked in, and I'm sitting here like, yes, who's gonna be their AD carry? Although I guess it could be top lane Leona. As IVP goes for Jax as their final pick. I could still be a Camille support in Leona top. We'll see. The Echo Hover. I'm actually gonna... This is going on. Because that's its own music, but I don't think people like stacking music. Even though old Champ Select song is superior. New Champ Select song anyways. Alright. Team evaluations here. Insane Banana Posse appears to have a bit of a stronger front with their bigger answers to potential dive opportunities being Galio. Seraphine is kind of there for a counter engagement setup, and she can still actually do things against Xin Zhao. Because, you know, while Xin Zhao is immune to damage, he is not quite Gwen immune inside of his ultimate. But, you know, if Xin does go for backline play, Galio is there to give a bit of, you know, support to whomever he decides to jump on. But that shield is magic damage that he provides, which doesn't particularly help against Xin Zhao. I should probably start with lane matchups. I'm just spiraling there. It will be a Camille top versus Mbessa. Right, I will change the screen so that you can see that it is indeed a Leona and Lux bot lane. Very dangerous, much more reliable, but also somewhat safe way to have a pseudo Kate Jinx bot lane, provided Leona's early damage is no joke, and missing her E is not really too bad for her. Doesn't put her in too bad of a spot. However, landing her E She does have her armor and magic resist buff to provide her ample survivability into the Jinx and Seraphine, provided Jinx does not precast or snap traps before Leona dashes, because that could spell some problem for the Leona, but we'll see how that ends up. Wait a sec. That's not playing from playlist I had. Okay. Alright. So I feel like Insane Banana Posse, should they retain in a neutral state and are successfully able to maintain safety from Leona, would be able to apply ample pressure onto the Lux and Leo. However, Lux's abilities are Lux's E at the very least is relatively easy to land to help set up a follow-up for Leona. And if Jinx and Seraphine were to push on the Lux and Leona bot, that does provide a very suitable opportunity for Xin Zhao or Ahri to be inserting themselves into the situation down there, which Galio does help against post 6 to a degree. Like, actually, Galio works very well, at least into the Ahri Lux Leona down there, trying to stop them and what they would possibly want to be doing. But pre-Galio 6, the Xin Zhao may be a bit problematic for Coinflip, but we'll see how things go. Top lane Camille into Jax. I forget how exactly the matchup would go. I think that Camille would be... So, from what I understand, well, Jax, obviously would be able to dodge Camille's recast of her Q should she not be able to carry it properly. But, Camille has a stun of her own. And with that stun, as well as with her ultimate, she can, kind of counterplay what Jax might be trying to do with his setup. But I'm not entirely sure about how the matchup works myself, so I could just be talking out of my butt. But we should see some interesting things. Camille, very, even if Camille is able to snowball, or if Camille is able to snowball, I don't think that Jax's dodge should really be too much of an issue for her, but we'll see how things go. As we head in game here. Got some cheers for Coinflip. And I pressed the wrong thing. As I let Direct-to-Cam do its work here at the start of the match, as we examine both sides' game plans for the start of this match. Looks like they will be going into some defensive positions. Not going to be too much going on, perhaps. We'll see if either side tries to get some vision.
30 seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
Sorry about that. Are you hiring? Okay. Lane started some time ago. Got some trading going on in the top. Ample trading in the bot side as well. So far, it is in favor of IVP getting their level 2 first. The bot. Noob seems... both of them are 1 minion away, hitting their level 2s. Alright, simultaneously, here comes the initial trade. A lot of damage on the Camille, but she is going to have her shield largely ignored as Flash is expended by the Camille. She does have teleport active at this point. She can take a recall, come back with plenty of health, and apply pressure onto the Jax. We'll see how that goes. But with a Flash advantage, if Jax is able to successfully push this in himself, he should be able to get a safe reset himself. Got 300 gold to work with, so could aim for boots. Fortunately, Camille will have a freeze here. And these are the kind of tactics that make top lane a bit unbearable at times. Despite costing Camille the flash, he is going to be missing out on some XP because of the freeze right there. Seraphine actually almost died there. And Galio also on the ropes. Health bar is low all around. Ooh, Jax taking 2 tower shots. 3. First blood goes to the Camille from an unfortunate play. Alright, Mbessa coming down. I forgot it was Mbessa jungle. Alright, that will be 2 kills for Insane Banana Posse, at least to follow up on the unfortunate Jackson. No, 1 kill, nice shield. Held on just in time. Held on just in time to block that last auto, making them think they've got the kill. Bessa rounding up the rear. Was not spotted. There comes the flash knock up into the taunt. Will Krieger expend a flash themselves? They do get the kill onto the Galio as Mbessa decides to back off. That is the danger of Galio into Ahri. May use everything, but unless you have the durability to back it up, you're probably just going to fall. There goes Camille with a very offensive play onto the Jax. W from Xin Zhao somehow avoids the Jax, but I don't think he was going to try and go for a tower dive there. Surely not. Alright, and Mbessa is here to help defend. Doesn't have a lot of health, though. Okay, there it is. Alright, blast from the Xin Zhao, trying to get to safety. Will get caught into Jax's stun. Camille does get the Q2 off, but she's sitting there without any abilities off cooldown and will unfortunately give 2 kills to Red Team. Unfortunate play. When you're rounding up like that, you definitely kind of want to get into the bush a bit beforehand. If they did, they could have possibly sighted the Mbessa sitting there 200 health. Probably could have forced her out of that situation. Unfortunate things, something to learn upon if you were to look back on the VOD. They will be playing in Vision, unsure if they know of it. Gotcha. Jax favored, but even more so if you decide to go Jax into it willingly. He does definitely have more uptime on his abilities than Camille does, whereas she's entirely bursty with her output. And Jax getting that bit of a he just closed the advantage. Okay. He's missing out a level though, which is unfortunate for him, but I guess he's okay with that. Does have blue buff at his disposal. Means a shorter cooldown for his stun. Or his dodge. Still. Ooh, Ari going in heavy. Goes for that last alt charge. Does land the kill. Galio not having a great time. Alright, here comes the grub attempt. Ari leaning to make sure he gives support if it's needed. IBP should at least have knowledge at the moment that Xin Zhao is on the top side, considering they did meet on the top last time around. Cannon missed, unfortunate. She decides to go for a play onto the Camille. Jax will be stepping up to go a bit more aggressively, as Camille does get away successfully. Deciding to stay up there to give a bit of safety to Camille for a recall. Level 6 is coming in. Seraphine's still a bit from her own. Level 6 is where Lux damage is finally going to be able to start popping off. We'll see. I'll try and pay a bit more attention on what exactly is happening in the bot lane here. Ooh. Nice. Take the plays least expected. Growing up against two squishies as a Lux and Leona. That's basically free kills on squishies. But Lux ult is on cooldown at the moment, so the kill pressure is a bit alleviated on the Jinx. Does provide ample pressure for Xin Zhao to be taking that dragon. They are applying a lot of pressure onto the Jinx, however. Kinda surprised she's sitting so far back, considering Mbessa did have ultimate. If the play were to occur, she'd be able to get there pretty quickly. Alright, Lux E onto two enemies at that point. Seraphine sitting at low health. Jinx sitting on no mana. As Mbessa ult does connect onto Lux, Root comes out, Galio ult comes down, slows following up, knock up onto the Xin Zhao by the Galio. Xin Zhao will get slowed on the follow-up. No charm from Ari yet. Ooh, fantastic lockdown from the Leona and Lux, as she unfortunately does not get out in time. But the kill does go to Seraphine, who is totally a support champion. Alright, you got low health here at this point. Jax does not have teleport to give assistance. There comes the flash, initiate, engage, attempt. Mbessa's really low. Lux is in a bad spot. Mbessa's shield back up. Will net a second kill. Gets that triumph heal back up over 100 health. That was a good attempt from Coinflip. Unfortunately, things didn't quite line up as hoped. I believe they were looking for the knock-up on Xin Zhao to follow up onto. Alright. Leona will be heading up top lane to try and mitigate some of this damage that Jax is putting in. Camille does not manage to land the stun, but Jax is kind of trapped at this point. Galio coming in, does have a lot of flat damage in his kit, and Mbessa rounding up as well, doesn't have ultimate available to her. So Leona's going to land her E and her ultimate, walk out with the benefits of the slow. Pretty heavy slow on the outer circle of Leo ult. The suspicions. Alright, Void Grubs are up again. See when Sinjao decides to take them. Does seem like it will be a 6-grub match for Coinflip. 6 grubs and 1 dragon means they've left early game at a very strong point, in spite of the silly things that had happened. All they've got to worry about at this point is a Jackson and Bessa with plenty of gold in their pocket. At least they're not particularly scary champions, right? But at least on the flip side, Ari's getting pretty fed, Luck's getting some gold into her as well. Camille, relatively stable scaler. Oh, what is this? Looks like Galio tried to go in to do something. But didn't quite go very well, thanks to Leona moving down. Leona ultimate is back up. That means Seraphine is in a pretty dangerous situation. Will get spotted on the ward. Seraphine does not have flash available to her, but she was too far close to tower. Leona decided to pull off. I said I was going to be looking at bot a bit more to see how it's going, but I've let you all down. Alright, and Bessa is hovering the top side. Gonna be going for a recall, sitting on 1,000 gold, so probably good to— oh no, they are going for it. Ult comes out, misses, deciding to go under the tower, and of course! Let's see. I knew that was gonna happen, but I needed to see what was going on there. Okay. They're under tower, dangerous situation, no minions to block. Leona ultimate hits the stun, Comet for the finisher. Jinx does not have enough mana for a Super Mega Death Rocket. And Lux is aware, so she is sitting pretty comfortably. What is that mana regen? Ah, it's because of mana flow band, isn't it? Ooh, Camille going hard aggressive onto the Jax again. Does avoid the stun, but she has to wait for a recast to come up. Does manage to survive just long enough to get the kill thanks to the Triforce damage. And Bessa dying here. But Ari going hard aggressive on the Seraphine, decides to back off, goes back in as Seraphine just follows her into the bush, gets taken out, decides to go for more. As Jinx gets away, deciding that her recall position is not satisfactory with a ulting Ari heading towards her. Camille does take first tower as Jax teleports back in. Running down does have home guard boost, at least for the time being. Flashing in for the stun and kill. May have been a bit of an overextension by the Camille. But first tower does net gold into your allies' hands as well. So I think they should be fine. Coinflip has been pretty well about punishing enemies for face checking dark spots. See if that comes into play. Herald is up. Alright. There's a lot of focus going on in the mid lane at this point. Really interested to see just what's being planned here. There's the Ari rotation. Camille is going to be pushing out top. And Seraphine caught into that Lux setup yet again. Narrowly survives thanks to Galio's influence. But that means there is an ultimate down. And Seraphine's still hanging around. Root narrowly misses this time around. Mbessa comes out, dashing everywhere. Ahri lands the charm, taken quite a beating from the Jax. Doesn't manage to land the first cast of the Q, or the send out of the Q onto the cannon minion. Makes it a bit dangerous for her. Tower push coming in. Xin Zhao locks down the Seraphine for her to, Camille locks down the Seraphine for Lux to finally land the killing blow. As Ahri is in a very dangerous spot at this point. Can't quite kill the minions fast enough to stop Jax from pushing this. Narrowly misses the charm. Flashes to get away. That looks like Camille teleporting down to try and make something of it. Xin Zhao and Mbessa also working downwards to try and put a stop to this Jax. Xin Zhao's in a very bad spot, however. Takes a lot more hurt to himself trying to get to the Jax because of the sheer power that Mbessa can put off while still being very mobile. Alright. Next dragon up in a minute and a half. Baron not long afterwards. Leona trying to do what she can to take out wards. Will get caught out, does not have her defense buff up anymore. Elevation diff, allowing Mbessa to land her ultimate. Does run towards the Lux with that 800 health shield, doing what she can to take her down, and the constant Eclipse procs does permit her the survival to catch up. Camille will accept a trade and run out. Will she be successful? Does get caught by the Galio taunt into the zap, as the kill does go to the Seraphine. Alright, Mbessa moving to the top side. Is this going to be a Season 14 champ diff? This game. She hurts. She hurts so much. Alright, looks like there is going to be a play for the Dragons on Insane Banana Posse's end. Here comes the the face check into the bush. But it is Galio. He is building tank rather than AP. Here comes the turnaround. Does not get the knock up with his ultimate. However, Xin Zhao will go down. Here comes Camille with the disruption. Does go into the Mbessa. Taken out low. Jax trying to jump onto the Lux in the backline. Dodge comes up. Jax goes down. Ahri going in for more. Camille following up as well. Jinx is surrounded. Will go down. Third dragon safely in Coinflip's hand. Looked a bit iffy there with how slowly Galio was going down, but the turn in priorities working heavily in Coinflip's favor. A lot of power in their hands to disrupt the enemy's positioning thanks to the Xin Zhao and Camille ults respectively. That last 100 health felt like it took a minute. Okay, so Coinflip in a 5,000 gold lead after that fight that happened beforehand, leaving them a bit awry. But they are still feeling pretty darn confident. The gold is spread very nicely among the members that need it. The Camille, Ahri, and Lux far ahead of the Xin Zhao and Leona respectively. While unfortunately, Galio, actually, IVP's gold spread is fairly well as well. It's just a shame that Camille's been getting, hold up. Okay, Camille going aggressive onto the Jax, gets baited in. There was no vision on Jax's end, so he just goes down. Nothing was gotten from it. Unfortunate. You need that vision when you push. Get a blue trinket if you don't want to spend the time running over. But when you have no vision of that many opponents on the enemy side, it's very precarious for you to be moved up quite that much, especially when you are a very important damage and pressure component of your team. Ooh, Leona and Lux catching out the Seraphine yet again. Does go down to the Leona. As Camille's going very aggressive onto the Galio. Could possibly look for a Baron angle, but I guess their damage output isn't particularly high for the objective, unfortunately, considering they do not have a carry. Xin Zhao does not have a notable amount of gold into him, enough to make the kill time as quick as one would like. But there is a lot of plays going for these towers here. Teleport onto the minion on the top side to guarantee that inner turret. Very nice macro plays from Coinflip as the ult comes out onto the Jax upon his return. But that is a massive Seraphine ult! Quickly turning the tide, Jax still alive, Leona going down, Xin Zhao going down as Lux is trying to run for her life, will get hit by the zap. Probably gonna get trapped here by the Imbessa not before long. Flash coming in, zap coming in yet again, as that should be a successful Baron. Or successful team fight, leading to a Baron for Insane Banana Posse. Coinflip biting off a bit more than they can chew there, trying to overextend the lead that they've built without having spent the considerable amount of gold that they've accrued through that push. Into a team that is most exceptional when dealing with clumped up enemies at this point, considering, you know, all of Imbessa's damage is AoE. Jax is the incredibly disruptive stun, and then Seraphine exists. Just absolute beautiful cluster of damage output there. Showing what IVP can do to you, Coinflip. If you don't take ooh, and the pick yet again. Krieger onto Seraphine. Problem taken out, turning onto the Jax. Gromp, or Imbessa, not Jax. Gromp taken out. Teleport coming in from the Galio to give Jax a bit of safety, but he needs a bit of safety himself, considering that is an Ahri with Leona right next to her. Dragon not up quite yet for another minute. Bot lane minions still a bit of a ways until reaching the base. This may be a successful inhibitor push. We'll see if they'll actually be able to get a tower out of it as well. It is 20 seconds left on Bessa's tower timer, but Seraphine is back up at this point. Okay. Nice Lux ult catching 2 for a third of their health. Ult should be back up in the next 18 seconds or so, we'll see. As here comes the reset. Fair amount of gold into Ahri and Lux. Ample opportunity to get there for the dragon. Is there enough bursting power? Alright, only Ahri reset. She does have teleport on hand. Here comes the next pick attempt onto the Galio, turning onto the Seraphine yet again. She goes down after using her ultimate and landing on 1 or 2 targets. However, that is a 4v4 at this point. Ahri, no room to teleport. Oh no, she did come in. She did come in. Alright, Galio going down with Jax. As Ahri turning into the Jinx at that point. They do have minions to push. They could end it here. Deciding to close it out with the Imbessa, last 1,000 health, but that is a lot of shields and lifesteal to burn through, but she will go down. 30-minute timers, excluding the Seraphine, on IBP. Unfortunate turn on their potential turnaround attempt after that strong Baron play. Seraphine just getting caught again and again with that non-existent squishy tier of health bar into these extremely strong pickers. As first game goes into Coinflip, very fast, very bloody. Nice match both sides. And in to the next match here shortly. Show the numbers for... Ah yes, I was the Camille. Alright. Game 1 to Coinflip. So much back and forth throughout. But it ultimately landed in with those blind walks into the bushes and those picks on Seraphine. The fight where Seraphine was live. The fight where Seraphine was alive and present went into insane banana posse's favor significantly when Coinflip overextended. But every other opportunity, she didn't have the chance to because she just went down. And I do find it pretty funny how the Galio walk into the bush. He survived for, quite a significant amount of time. Enough that it made it look a bit iffy for Coinflip. Yep, indeed, the coin flipped a bit too many times and got out of IVP's hands as a result. But it's very fun to watch them play. Hold up. Let me... Alright. Just waiting on the next lobby to be made here. Unfortunately, like, I wanted to see what was happening in bot, like, many of the times, but I just kept having to look somewhere else and constantly miss stuff as a result. I apologize for that. But it's like, you got a Lux in Leona. If you look away at bot for a second, they know that I'm not looking and they take that chance to go in. Like, it looked like, Camille would die to the Mbessa and Lux Leona unbanned Pong. Yeah, it's like it's like fine-tuned Caitlyn Lux lane, except you don't have to deal with the threat of not having an actual frontliner there for protection, because you have Leona. And if Leona doesn't land, you don't need to go in. And if she does land, they just die. And then that really cheeky in lane, like, when Jinx and Seraphine were just walking back to lane, the bush play there, I love doing that in ranked matches myself, but it's really funny to see because they almost never expect it. It's and the damage is insane. Sorry about that. Okay. Turning back to the draft here. Coinflip looking to be blue yet again. instead of starting the draft inside of the client, they started the draft in the actual client. Kudos. Yeah. So for the most part, that match went really well on both sides. But like, as I stated, like a minute or two before the stuff started happening, it's just like Coinflip capitalizes so hard off of people blindly walking into bushes. And like Seraphine, didn't blindly walk into the bushes some of the times and got caught out solely because of the good vision provided by Coinflip's team to themselves. Don't do it, my cat. This is not a cat, ma'am. I have a cat. That is not a cat. Please ban it. Save it from ourselves. I will make them play it. It's a parasite. Please. As an AD player, I love it when it hops on my jungle. We do things to that cat. We hate Yumi in this house. Are y'all hiring? In this house, we ban Yumi. I don't know, I'm not seeing a Yumi ban there. I was just told support is its own thing. Leona took really good map mobility. Like, very often. From them, I've, like, throughout, I feel like I've seen all but probably one of Coinflip's match, and there's the Yumi overall already. Out of the matches I've seen Coinflip play, their support has been exceptionally getting around the map, especially when needed, and takes those very aggressive plays to get their team ahead. And that's exactly what you want as support. And, when you are that as a support, all you ask for from your AD carry is just not mental boom, not seeing you in lane with them for 15 seconds. Am I right? Any support players in the chat? Please don't say that. That is a terrible nickname. What have you done? Yes, haha, yes. I see that Flame Dog is a sicko. Alright, there comes the Ahri lock-in again, using that mystical blue energy that Ezreal is also showcasing there in his splash art. And that, I would assume that is another Elise support at play. If we are going to be seeing Yumi abandon their bot laner for their jungler this game. Is that not top? Or not mid? I don't. Shen banned from Insane. The bans on Coinflip side were the same as last time, except they banned Galio. Which is surprising. Maybe they didn't want it because of the Yumi they left open. Man, I gotta say, seeing the splash art icons flipped on this site is so weird to me. Like, Galio from that angle looks extremely off. Is it just me? Oh, wait, okay, wait, never mind. It is... I was looking at a pause screen for a moment, I thought I didn't change it. Alright, Yone for the final ban on Coinflip. Insane going for the Amumu ban, just like last time around. Coinflip also taking out Mordekaiser. I don't recall seeing him as the first ban and as a ban on previous match, but I can't quite remember. But you've gotten Elise support with an Ezreal. Ezreal does like playing solo. And IVP opting for the Ziggs, which, you know, he does really well solo on his own. But into Ezreal, it might be a bit problematic, because Ez does have the ability to, you know, actually fight against the Ziggs, despite him usually being able to kind of outdamage a lot of bot laners in the early game. There comes the Skarner pick. Whether it be top or jungle, we shall see. And I'm still not sure where that Nautilus is going to be going. Is it going to be a mid-knot? And there's the Irelia lock. Nice. There are 169 playable characters. Nice indeed. But for some reason, Yuumi is one of them. And there is the Olaf pick, which means that that should be a mid lane Nautilus, unless it's going to be mid lane Olaf tech. Which it is functional. I hate my team. Poor cat, and they hate me. Alright. Going into the actual champ selection here in a bit. As soon as we do, I'll start the evaluation of the team comps. Last game, I actually didn't pick which side I felt was in favor. Like, IVP did have a bulkier team. Alright. Like, IVP did have a bulkier team, but, you know, Coinflip, they've shown me that they are very confident in what they're pushing. Alright, so bot laners, Ezreal into Ziggs. I want to say it's relatively even, but if the Ezreal is particularly good, I want to say that I feel he has an advantage over the Ziggs. However, Ziggs' wave clear power is faster than Ezreal, so it could make it a bit difficult for him to actually keep up. Very early into the laning phase. Elise might be able to help with that because of her spiderlings, but I haven't actually been paying attention as to how the Elise play in lane is in terms of wave clear speed, or whether there's any focus on it at all. But Elise is relatively squishy. Her existence does give a fair amount of dive power into the Ziggs. However, Ziggs is one of those champions that can basically farm for free from tower if needed, so it does provide a bit of difficulty in actually getting a wave to be able to crash into the tower. Then the top laner matchup being Irelia and Olaf. I want to say that Irelia doesn't care as much about the Olaf as a lot of other top laners tend to. And I also want to say that it's possibly a bit of a skill matchup between the two. But Olaf did pick into the Irelia. He doesn't have as much lane sustain as she does, I don't. and his shield does at least make him a bit disruptive. His true damage does go through her W, so whenever she goes into that sort of panic state to set up for other things, it could possibly be problematic for her as a result. Post level 6, Olaf should be fine with Skarner's existence. However, Ari could make it a bit problematic for him. We shall see. Thank you, chat, for saying funny things about Ziggs, insinuating that they are a cat. Yordles are not cats, but Yuumi is a cat. And I don't know what Ziggs is. Looks more like a rodent. Maybe. Honestly, they could absolutely make a rat skin for Ziggs. In solidarity with Los Ratones. You know, the soon-to-be 2025 world champions, you know? After they sweep MSI. It's gonna be the golden road for them. Okay, jungler matchups. Skarner into Kayn. Kayn early game a bit iffy. Feel like Skarner should be able to at least overpower him should they ever come to meet each other. The suspicion that Yuumi might be paired with him throughout the majority of the match may give a bit of issue to Coinflip, considering how painful that is to deal with, even though it's not the old Yuumi state. She can still make him feel nigh unkillable with the output far higher than he should have at times. Nautilus is there possibly to set up stuff against the Ahri. We'll see whether the plan is to go red or blue Kayn. I would assume blue Kayn, but going blue Kayn does mean that Skarner and Irelia will be very problematic for him, and if Ezreal gets ahead, which is very likely, considering Coinflip's history, they seem to not leave any of their carries behind. Blue Kayn could be problematic. They are running First Strike, so I want to say that that is a looked to blue Kayn angle there. We'll see. Sometimes it feels like blue and red can be a bit interchangeable in terms of what they do these days, like when red Kayn built lethality for a period of time. That was weird. But I guess they're not in the airy phase. Technically there are two cats down bot, considering Yuumi is running airy, so.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
Sorry about that. But it looked like Kayn got a bit punished for trying to go to his red buff so early. Nice early game play from Coinflip, punishing his early clear event. Not sure whether Skarner will be able to meet him at the whatchamacallit, at the Scuttle Crab on time. We'll see. Very nice trading from the Irelia. Dodging that axe. This looks like it's going to be a first blood. Didn't even need to use a tower shot this time. Or 3 tower shots. Very well done. Kind of shows a bit of the difficulty of Olaf and Irelia. How fast she can be. And that is a first level 3 going to the Ziggs and Nautilus. Ziggs should be able to get his first recall sometime soonish, but I assume he's going to be waiting for his mana buck. Let's see. Nautilus taking a bit of poke. Why one more Q there. Olaf Ghost coming out costs Irelia her stun. Yeah, Ziggs just sitting there. He wants to get enough gold for his mana buck. They did not get that minion XP, unfortunate. Kayn taking some of the minion wave mid. Where's Nautilus? Wait. Wait. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry that I was late to that. It just hit me that we have a mid lane Yuumi. I don't understand. Didn't funnel strats get nerfed? Okay. I don't know. Okay, at least stun goes out, hits the Nautilus. Her repel is up if she needs to avoid anything, but Ziggs is out of mana. So it's a bit safe for her at the moment. As Kayn takes Yuumi into the jungle. Yumi's still, well, Yumi's 2 levels below her opponent. Kayn should be on minion deficit here soon, I would assume. He didn't get the cannon. Is the goal not to get cannons? I don't know. I'm so confused right now. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Is it because, like... Okay, Olaf trying to get a kill doesn't... or decides not to throw his axe to the Skarner, tries to get what he can against the Irelia, but unfortunately wasn't able to get much from it. Does die as a result. Irelia has an insanely good wave state available to her. As Kayn and Yuumi are still trying to make whatever this is work. Kayn is even with Skarner on gold. and Yumi is 2 levels behind the Ahri. Elise is starting up the Void Grubs, but she's taking a lot of hurt for it. Skarner will be coming in soon, using the River Fruit to her advantage as Kayn is coming in for more minions. Does have level 6 at this point, but I don't think he's going to try and go for any kills here. Just trying to get as many shards as he can. He does have a slight gold lead over Skarner, but Ahri sitting on 150 gold bounty at this point. Okay, taking more minions. Ezreal is down alone, doing what he can. Holding himself fairly well. Nautilus is not level 6 yet, so he's not at too big of kill threat. Is able to safely farm because of who he is. Yumi's still not level 6. Alright. Kayn is even gold with Skarner. He is not getting any experience anymore from those minions. Flashes does land the kill onto the Ahri. However, Skarner comes in shortly, decides he wouldn't be able to catch the Kayn anyways. As Elise returns to her lane. Well, that is one kill for the Kayn so far. Nautilus comes out, misses Elise and her spiderlings alike. So Olaf's having a pretty rocky top lane. Irelia's at full build. 9 minutes into the game. So he's probably going to have a hard time fighting her. He's also going to be careful because Olaf having his ultimate is still making him a bit of a risk. Skarner's winding down the bot lane. There is a ward on his raptors, so they will be able to start tracking him once he passes that. IBP will be able to start tracking him when he passes that. There comes Elise movement. Nautilus rounding up for a play. Does catch the hook. Did not get blinked out of. As Elise is soloed out. Does land a stun onto Ziggs. Sorry about that. Kinda want to see how that Nautilus dive went. Did he just hang around? Yep. That is what happened. Being at 300 decided to hang around with the Elise. Does he get caught by a cocoon? We'll speed it up once we see what exactly occurred. Comes the Skarner rounding up yet again. Does close off exit. Yep, there comes the cocoon onto the Nautilus. And Ezreal narrowly avoiding. Fortunately, Ezreal's barrier came out a bit too late. So he didn't really block anything, it left him a bit low. Alright. Irelia going hard aggressive onto the Olaf upon returning, and he just doesn't have the damage output to keep up with her yet. Especially at the low health that he was at. What's the sound effect I'm hearing? Oh, that was Kayn. Alright. Yuumi landing the slow, Kayn going very aggressive. That is 3 people trying to take him out. Skarner does manage to nail him on. Kayn ult comes out, lands 1 kill. He is very durable for some reason. Yuumi ultimate is down now, but Kayn will just walk out. Nautilus is there to provide support, but his need to be there has long passed. As kill will go to the Skarner, Kayn gets that. Plenty of healing. And has this wave to eat, despite none of it giving him any gold. Oh, he is actually getting gold again. Does anyone hear that? It's just a weird wind sound effect going on. Alright. Ezreal getting caught by a hook, does manage to Essence Flux out of it this time. Kayn's baiting Ahri in. Lands the Q. Ult is almost back up, which means Ahri will be at kill threat here soon. But Kayn is low on mana, just needs to walk back into the jungle to gain some health. Does she know? Nope. Lux Ezreal surviving again and again. Woo! Narrowly avoid that Q. Does get hit by the ultimate, however. No more blink. Does use his flash. Ezreal gets the kill there. Narrowly surviving himself. Ahri takes the wave. Ezreal maybe heads mid. Let's see. Alright, Kayn sitting on 142 CS. At 14 minutes, over 10 CS per minute. Alright, Skarner ult comes out. Kayn in a bad spot, but he is healing quite a bit thanks to Yuumi. There comes the repel from Elise. Flash from Skarner. Flashes himself, and he will go down to a dot that I cannot see. Was it Smite? Not sure. Auto Assault coming in. Does Elise have a repel available to her? Spider form. And dead to the bomb. Olaf and Irelia top, still being a bit precarious for him. He has his Stride Breaker at this point. Ooh, Lux getting caught out, lands the charm. Should be able to safely get away from this. Oh, never mind. Nice job holding on to that ultimate, waiting for that final ult charge to be consumed. What will become of this? And, ooh, very nice satchel charge, but gets caught in the Ezreal ultimate in spite of it. We'll take a look at what happened top here. Olaf deciding to go aggressive into the Irelia. Does get the Stride Breaker. Elise will be coming down from the river. Doesn't even need to be there, though. He will go down completely alone. As they should take the tower here. Ooh, Blue Kayn coming in. Aurelia low on mana. Does get hit by the stun. You pop... Wait, what? Why was Yuumi sitting over by the caster minions there? Okay. Going in for the Aurelia, despite her being max mana. I don't understand what Yumi's doing. Pops off. Still going for that Elise. Manages to get the kill going at 600 move speed. It's just Yuumi Kayn things. Why are they so separated? Now the wind effect is over here. He's just taking Skarner's camp. There is no ward there, however. Did manage to steal it. Decides to fight him. He is Blue Kayn, so... Alright. Ziggs ult coming out. Flash away from the Ahri. Doesn't have ult up for a bit. Will get caught by the Nautilus. Kill going to the Kayn. As ult comes out, lands on all three. Ziggs should be going down to the Skarner with Heartsteel at that. Next heal going to Ezreal as Kayn walks out. Alive yet again, despite being Blue Kayn. Over the wall. Lands Q on Ez. Didn't do much. Olaf rounding around the rear. Kayn getting knocked a bit low, but the sustain from Yuumi and wall diving helping quite a bit. Olaf will get caught out, does have his ultimate available to him, but does not have Ghost, is being surrounded by 4 opponents, as does blink away, gets hit by the axe, not enough to take him out, however. We'll take this opportunity to recall, probably get that minion wave down the bot side. Baron is coming up in a minute and a half, so probably Coinflip might be wanting to get that Rift Herald, we shall see. Significant gold deficit on IVP, however that is in huge part to the fact that Yuumi is not getting any gold in her pocket. As a result, Coinflip has massive bounties on their head compared to how things usually are. No bounty on Elise's head, funny enough. I'm not sure what I should be looking at this game though. It's just still so puzzling that they have Nautilus and Yuumi support for an Olaf, Ziggs, and Kayn. I'm not sure what Ziggs and Olaf are supposed to be providing here to back up the game plan of Yuumi Kayn, or if you know they're going just for fun. Like he has been very durable. There comes Nautilus getting caught out. Significant amount of damage reduction due to his item there. You saw him drop roughly to half health despite the damage mitigation from it. Quite a long span of time for it to kick in. To be active, I should say, not to kick in. Alright, as the second dragon does appear that it will be going into Coinflip's hands. Kayn tried to do something to the Ezreal, but didn't really see anything of it. Wave clear will be pretty fast, still sitting over 10 CS per minute. What plays will he be looking to make, as Coinflip will be sending Rift Herald down to the bot, and my camera just clicked away for some reason. Here comes the second charge. And it did it again. Ahri will be fighting Olaf on the top side. Blue Kayn pushing waves. This tower looks like it will be going down. Irelia taking a bit of the hit from Zigzalt, not too much though. As Elise will secure the kill on Nautilus. They've got 4 pushing in him, deciding to back off. Olaf fighting for his life as Irelia will be TPing top to help out, but that help wasn't quite needed actually. 3 people alive on Insane Banana Posse's side. Kayn's still doing Kayn things, but none of those things were resulting in kills yet. Unsure of what he needs here, frankly. Going for the Ahri here should be a kill. Yep. Those are the angles that he's been looking for. It makes it a bit hard because of the Elise, I guess, to make a move on Ezreal. Ezreal isn't going to be very tanky, however. Is going for a standard carry build rather than a blue Ezreal build. But he does actually have a fair amount of health. Going hard on the Nautilus, knocks him around half health as he walks away. He's doing what he can. Serve presence, protect his wards, but wasn't able to protect the wards successfully. Kayn zipping on down, will get hit by the Aurelia stun as she decides to turn to fight. Takes him down below half health with a few hits, flashes away. Hopping into the wall, does return for the kill. Kind of hard to hit a Kayn with your melee attacks when he flies into a wall like that. I assume Irelia should be able to Q him when he's inside of the wall though, right? Probably was on cooldown. At least just being a bit of a menace to Olaf here. Waiting for Ezreal and stun. Olaf ultimate is up, so decides to use the minions for escape. Ezreal coming in as he goes down. Ahri just keeping up pressure. Alright, Ezreal looks like he might die here if Kayn ultimate's on cooldown. He wants to play it safe. Especially with Elise nearby. He gets hit by a single cocoon, he's dead. But Ezreal's alone at the moment. Yep, dead to the Q. Sitting on 1200 gold. Skarner is coming around. Kayn almost back up. 4 seconds. Avoids the cocoon. Here's your time to turn and kill, however. 2, 3. There's the cocoon. Gets caught by the Skarner ultimate. Will take his escape. Got the slow off. Just distracting the enemies as much as he can here. Trying to proxy farm. Basically just pushing this entire lane on its own. Mega distraction. Coinflip just focusing so much of their attention on him. He has a lot of gold on his pocket to spend at this point. Only 150 gold bounty, however. I think he's on a killing spree though, right? Yumi's still sitting at just 4.6k gold. Honestly surprising she has that much, considering she's not really doing anything. Doesn't even have a support item. It's all the assists. At that point, probably just get a collector for even more gold, you know? Or well, no, that's on the kill secured. She needs a dark ring. But what am I saying? Yumi needs to be deleted, not a dark ring. But, you know, she has literally no incentive to get off because her Q provides her passive, so just stay inside forever. Kayn does have his ultimate up at this point. The game is kind of revolving around him the longer and longer this match goes on, which is kind of counterintuitive to how assassins generally work out. All the squishies fear him. Cocoon missed. Still hovering inside of the wall, waiting for his next time to enter in. Dragon getting low. They do not manage to take it. Charm comes out, will stop Nautilus's Q from bringing him to safety. Zig's in a bad situation himself. Decides to do what damage he can as he accepts his death. Kane coming around, but not going to be able to do anything. Might want to try and proxy these minions so they have less to work with, however. Probably going to go for more minions here. He does have Yumi on him, so he can take quite a few tower hits. And dies, taking Yumi with him. Good job, Ezreal, getting the first kill on the cat. Maybe Kane overextended with the proxy attempt there once Coinflip moved over for the Baron instead. We'll be back up in 10 more minutes to be a bit more of a menace again, however. 1,300 gold in his pocket. But what's going to come of it, we shall see. Oh. Hold up, what happened? Alright, at least catching the Olaf, knocking him down to half health. No ult yet, there it comes with the death not long after. Good picks. Alright. Kane getting locked down shortly after exiting the Irelia. Getting massive amounts of heals, though, from the cat. Just biding his time to go back in. Does not have a Guardian Angel yet, so... Just gotta go safe about it. Skarner getting pretty low, however. Will he be able to take this? Nope. As Coinflip decides to take the middle inhibitor and push on the base at this point. Zig's doing what he can to defend, but those are some Baron-empowered minions, making it pretty hard for him to do so. Elise heading back to base. Ezreal going to be alone here for a bit. Avoids the Nautilus hook. Will blink over the wall, however, his opponents can walk through that wall just fine. Does get hit by the second Nautilus hook. Essence Flux up again for his escape as his allies are taking the top inhib. Kane, you're 70 CS up, but most of that CS is worth 1 gold. You're just a bit of gold ahead of Skarner. That's funnel strats were nerfed so long ago, man. Alright. Activated Yumu's looking for a kill. He sees the Ezreal, decides not go for it. Irelia has bone plating, so he takes his time slowly. Still gets knocked around half health after 4 hits from her, decides to run away as he does not have the durability for this. As he will back off. There's not really much defense that could be at hand here. Nautilus tanking what he can, does catch Ez out, but there's no follow-up for it. All comes out for the knock-up, still no follow-up for it. Nautilus almost dead as Irelia jumps onto Olaf yet again as he goes down. Nauthook comes out, catches successfully, but to no avail as Coinflip will be closing this game out. And that was game 2. Yumi mid, guys. Please don't funnel. Please no funnel strats. Or if you do funnel strat, figure out a way to make it functional. Because he got like no XP and the gold from the minions started falling off after about the 5th or 6th wave that he took. More significant. Before that point, it was still mostly about 8 gold or so per minion. So the first game, wonderfully done on both sides. The second game, just unfortunately a really bad game plan from Insane Banana Posse. Not really much of a team to work with Ziggs and Olaf to supplement the Kayn. That had the Yumi on him that didn't really go anywhere. Meanwhile, Coinflip was doing what they do best, taking it over through all phases of the game, carrying into the late, not really caring about what weird strats had going on. My brain was killed during that match after realizing that Yumi existed and where she was. Sorry for that about 8 minutes of personal confusion, but those were our matches tonight. Congrats to Coinflip, and hope you all have a great night. Good night. Also, stay safe with the upcoming snowstorms that will be hitting us over the next few days. Stay warm. Bye.